Hey, what's up guys, DiplexHeated again, welcome back to Endor. We're playing Star Wars Galaxy at War, and that's once again, this is a great looking map, so I really wanted to make use of it once more, and have ourselves another battle here. Now there's going to be a bit of a standoff between Rebel and Imperial forces here. As you can tell by looking at the minimap, top left here, the blue represents the Empire, and the red represents the Rebel positions. So, currently, they're just looking at each other, kind of, you know, I'm not sure they're looking at each other, but they know they're out there. So there's a bit of a standoff. There's some big open areas here in the center that are currently sort of in no man's land here in Endor. But the Imperials are going to be going for a counterattack. So they're going to be sort of trying to push the Rebels back out. The Rebels have kind of gone into some defensive positions around here, and it's raining today. You can hear the thunder as well. And there's this kind of mist, and it's a nice cozy weather here to be hiding under a tree branch with your laser rifle, waiting for the enemy to attack. Did I say enemy? Enemy to attack. And yeah, I like being in the forest when it rains. It's a special feeling, just sitting still. I love it. I need to go out in the forest more. We're gonna click start. And we're going to watch as this is going to be mainly a spectating battle where we're just going to watch people fight. And it's probably going to be pretty awesome. So here we have the assaulting party. There's just like 10 guys, an officer and 8 clones. No, 9 clones, rather said. Not clones, stormtroopers. Shame on you, Simon. Someone was probably really upset at the first first glance of what I said. But I corrected myself in time. You probably didn't have time to write a hate comment. So these stormtroopers, of course, are going to be following the officer, and they're going to try and kind of go in for a... they're going to try and get as close to the rebels as possible without getting spotted. So they're staying low. And we're going to look at the map as well, top left here. And we're going to see how things change as these guys start fighting. There's going to be fighting all over the front line most likely, but the good thing about this, I don't need to control anyone. This battle is going to basically run itself, and it's going to be a nice thing to see who comes out victorious. It's pretty much even between the Rebel and Imperial forces. But the Imperialists are going to try and kick the Rebels out. And there we go. Not sure why there's some FPS drop on this map sometimes with the shooting. Could be the particles and the wind that's creating some nice effects. But the battle is on. And, oh, the Stormtrooper party is taking fire, but they're going to hold their positions. They're going to hold it firmly and tight. They're staying frosty. And it looks like the right wing is going to be joining them now. If looking at the minimap here in red, we can see that the right wing is moving up. All the way to the center is even moving up. So, it's going to be a big change on the map here. The left side is pretty much unfaced and untouched at the moment. But these guys, they're moving up. And they're going to be engaging themselves with the rebels pretty much now. Some long-range fighting over here. Some of the rebels are going to kind of counterattack themselves. They see that this attack is coming, and the best defense is a strong attack. So they might try and push back the Imperials before they, or the Imperial troopers before they actually get to the rebel positions. So the attack on the right side here was kind of stopped by the rebels, and they're going to be kind of initiating their own counterattack. They're out here in the open. More towards the center. The Imperial stormtroopers who moved out on the right flank is starting to engage themselves pretty up close, tight, and oh, nasty here with the rebels. There's a lot of synonyms. Uptight, close, and nasty. And the fight is on their way here. We got a sniper, a scout sniper right here. Who's going to be engaging these rebels at long range. Oh, he's going to blast them away with that sniper rifle. Love the sound. Not sure where we're getting these. I swear it's because of the weather. There's something because of the weather and the particles that's creating this kind of thing. I'm gonna try and... No, we'll keep it... Wait, what if we... The rain stopped. How about that? Looks like it's running better now. Rain can be a hassle in all games. Oh, man. That sniper rifle is quite something. And the fight is pretty much on right now all over the front line. We got Rebels and Imperial troopers fighting all over this place. We can have a look at the left side now, where we got more stormtroopers that are moving up against the enemy. It's very light rain currently. Wait, what if I can... Maybe I can turn it back on. And it won't cause an issue. Well, I think we'll be fine. Sometimes it just takes a while for the game to get rustled and warm up when it comes to all the particles and stuff. But this map is a sick looking map. Could be quite demanding. Got an officer back here who's engaging some of the Imperial stormtroopers to the left. In general, pretty even so far. The rebels are kind of spread out, but they got some good concentration of troops here. While the Imperials are, or the stormtroopers rather said, are getting very close here on the right flank. Got a lot of troops up here on the high ground. Snipers too, of course. They would make quick work out of the rebel troops at long distance. So in general, we've just got a sick-ass forced fight going on here. But the Imperials are forced to retreat here on the right flank. Interesting. We're going to look back at the left flank now, where the fight is underway heavily. Stormtroopers taking a lot of fire here, and they've kind of bunched up. They might get surrounded by the rebels if the rebels can, you know, spread out to the right here and kind of come falling over them from the right side. Looks like they're not going to take that opportunity. They're going to back off a bit. They don't have enough manpower on the right flank here to do so, so they're going to try and hold firm. And some troops coming up the center. Engaging some of the stormtroopers back there in the distance. I believe this here's a dead stormtrooper, and he's going to try and stay alive for a little longer. He wants to get that retirement bonus, so he's running back. But he's still the prime target, standing out there in the open. Darth Vader would be proud. Or whoever is alive at this time. Oh, he's dead. Oh, ah! Collapses back into the flora on the ground. Now, there's a big split here between the two lines. The rebels are extremely cut off in the center. This is the leftmost flank of the right side position. And they're holding it kind of firmly. They're in the open, but there's not a lot of stormtroopers advancing on them. Got some guys coming out here in the center. So there's going to be a firefight there, but then there's another gap here. And everyone on this side is pretty much trying to focus down on the rebels hiding here by the logs. They're holding their position quite firmly here. Lots of troops in the open. And the right side here, looking at the from the Imperial point of view, has been pushed back. They didn't quite manage to break that, but the center is still standing fairly strong. There's been another break-off between the two troops here in the center. Now looking at the map, we've got rebels here in the open, and here on the left side, or the rebel right side, rather said. Very split off from the rest. This is a whole squad of troops. And it looks like the Imperials are going to utilize this, and they're going to actually move in for the center. They're going to ignore the troops on their left, which are back here, and they're going to try and squeeze the life out of the rebels here in the center that are hiding behind the logs here now, trying to take cover. They're a bit split out, but I think the rebels here in the center are going to die off quite quickly, unless they can get some reinforcements from their friends here on the left side, and they might be moving up. It's exciting to see how the AI is going to handle this situation. The fight is on now, and there's been grenades being thrown at the enemy, and the rebels are taking a lot of fire. Grenades as well, and we see some supportive fire coming out from the troops here on the left side, or the right side rather said, from the rebel position. But they're just gonna hold this flank here. That's roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men or so here on the right side, and the poor rebel troops in the center are gonna have to come to an end here, face the end. Trying to kind of pull back. But with more grenades and blasters, the Imperial stormtroopers will most likely be successful in this counterattack. Okay, they're going to get distracted by the rebel troops on the right side, though. Oh, sniper fire took out an officer who was sitting here by the log. Yeah, I need to watch out for those clone snipers, huh? Cool stuff. Super cool, super cool. We're going to focus here on the right side flank from the Imperial point of view, which has kind of gone a bit quiet. Some of the rebels are going to move out. Let's see what happened. Did the Imperial counterattack stop? There's a good concentration of rebel troops here. We're talking 20 or so. And the Imperials are roughly in the same numbers, but trying to stay cool, trying to stay frosty. in cover as well, mainly. They're panicking a bit, it seems. We've got the high ground here, though. Lots of troops behind the log. They're just, I guess they're trying to kind of shut them in. There goes a sniper, or a scout at least. Big Imperial concentration here in the center. And the last rebel trooper was just killed trying to pull back. He's going to bury his face into the ground, and that's going to be the end of him. Now, these guys are going to probably move right. There are 2 rebels all the way back here. One's hiding inside a log. We'll let him do so. And one's hiding back here. This is Raymond Milk. Daniel Wilson. Very cool. Raymond Milk. That's a interesting last name. Mr. Milk. Oh, yeah. More of the rebels are holding out here. Oh, they're doing their best to hold out. Open fire! We got stormtroopers on our right flank, and they're pushing in the center heavily now, and we're taking lots of casualties. And the fight is insane here. How's this for a freaking firefight, huh? I love this. Started raining again. Wet blasters make misfire a certainty. There's even a rebel hiding up here, though. You can do a lot of damage if you can get up behind them, but as I said, we're not going to be controlling anyone. That's part of the game here now. Everyone's going to be sorting their own business out. Let's have a look at the opposite of the rebel position we had back here. Now we've got one lone clone fighter here. Actually a stormtrooper, not clone fighter. I don't know what's a clone fighter. It's a stormtrooper. He had a secondary. He wasn't armed with anything else, which is interesting. So he is going to remain there to chill out. That's cool. Now, these rebels are walking around here. Now, these guys are probably not going to be engaged in the fight. They're too far away from the enemy, so I will take quick control of them. Not to achieve any advantage for anyone, but just so that they actually involve themselves in the fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them run up here. Right here. And they'll engage themselves in the fight automatically. So it's interesting because this will make the fight a whole lot more cooler right now if they can come up there. We've got roughly 15 or 20 or so rebels that are scattered out here, and they're desperately trying to hold out against, I'd say, at least 2.5 or 3 times as many stormtroopers that are coming up against them now. There they are. Engage. But if they play their cards right, the 8 or so remaining clone... Oh, why do I keep seeing clones? Rebels. 7. I count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That are going to come up here. Might be able to make a bit of a difference, unless they don't... Oh, if they chicken out. If they chicken out, it's not going to make any difference. Let's hope they don't. Let's hope they engage. They're going around here. Your comrades are being killed on the other side of the map. The stormtroopers are successfully carrying through their counterattack. What are they doing? Oh, he shot him. No, he shot him. What the? I'm not sure what happened there. People died. We've got a couple of rebels running up back there. Got some rebels running up there. I wonder if these stormtroopers know that there are some rebels here. Well, let's bring them out. Otherwise, they're going to stay there forever. Trust me, I know when the AI is holding a position and when they're not. And they were definitely not going anywhere. They're going to go out of their cover, and they're going to engage some of these stormtroopers. And it feels like the stormtroopers have a lot of HP, which can be a little bit confusing. It's like they refuse to die. The 7 or so troopers that survived, I don't know what you guys' plan is now, because all your friends are dead. All your friends are dead. They got kicked in the head. All your friends are dead. So... They managed to win on their flank, but the stormtroopers were smart enough to not even engage themselves fully in that fight. They were like, "We've kind of lost this flank. What's the point of? Can you even fire? Yes, you can. There we go. Fight. Oh, I love that sound, by the way. I want to hear more of that sound. I want to hear more of it. I don't know if it's a lovable sound, but it's cool sounding. Yeah. And this firefight will awaken the interest of a lot of stormtroopers back here who have ultimately done a lot of damage. We're going to have a quick look at the casualties around here. The red is rebels, the yellow is stormtroopers. So a lot of stormtroopers have gone down here. Lots of rebels have obviously gone down here as they were surrounded. Quite a bit of stormtroopers up here on the hill. Only rebels here in the center. The center was failed for the rebel side. I mean, that's how the stormtroopers could split them up and then focus on one group. A couple of stormtroopers back here. A lot of rebels. Man, the stormtroopers have done so well. And trust me, they were about in equal numbers. So, wow, they really amassed a force here. There's like, I'd say there's easily 40 or so stormtroopers remaining here. And then if we swapped around the casualties and had this red be stormtroopers, then the rebels would have about the same amount surviving as well. So it's kind of insane. I want these last 7 though to go down fighting to see if they can not turn the tide. But there's no point in saving them for another battle, because the Imperial counterattack was more or less successful. So they're going to try and take the hill here, more or less. Kill some stormtroopers. Get wasted. They're going to involve themselves in some close quarter fighting here with some of these stormtroopers. And it's going to be a slaughter for that last surviving rebel group. And they're all dead. Wow. Okay, so the Imperials come out victorious. If you guys want to see more fights like this one, with pretty much the AI sorting out themselves for the majority of the fight, unless they need some extra help, then let me know and I will gladly do it. This was a clear victory. I'd say if 50 rebels died, maybe 60 spread out around here, 60, 65 stormtroopers, I don't know, 15, 20 max, 15. So that's why they have so many guys remaining. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.